We are joined by the chair of the State Republican Party, J.R. Romano. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Doing well. Take a look at the night, if you would, in the state House and Senate.
Well, some of the races are still a little too early to call. We're waiting on some AB ballots for some of the districts. We lost some good legislators tonight. But I'm happy we kept Len Fasano's seat. We're waiting. I think there's races like right now, Matt Lesser's Senate seat is too close to call. So I think we're not gonna have results on some of these races until in the next few days. We're gonna have to wait.
So not every town is counting absentee ballots on the same schedule. Is that right?
Correct. So for example, in Stamford, they're not going to count till tomorrow. New Canaan's not counting till tomorrow. Preston's not counting till tomorrow. And some of these, Hamden, I think, is not counting till tomorrow. So like one of the races that we're watching, obviously, is Senator George Logan. And so for some of these races, it's too early. And it's going to be a few days before we know winners.
Mr. Romano, you floated out the idea of Len Fasano as the next GOP chair. Of course, now I'm realizing when he was on a little while ago, I meant to ask him about that, and I did not. Was that your idea to float that, or did he?
Well, no, listen, I think, Len and I had a great working relationship. I know Len wants to stay active and involved in the party, and he doesn't. When you have this job, it's not going to lead you to the governor. It's not going to lead you to a higher office. Your job is to maintain and help candidates. And so I think Len, doesn't have that ambition. Len doesn't want to run for governor. He doesn't want to do any of these things. So, I think he would be great. There's a couple other people who are out there. I mean, there may be a legislator that lost tonight that may want to consider it. So we'll see.
What plans do you have in formation after post
for me personally?
Party?
For me personally, or for the party?
No, for you.
Well, I don't know yet. I have a couple opportunities I've been offered. I will stay involved. I had some text messages encouraging me to run for governor, which I will say, and I've jokingly said that's not going to happen. But I'm sure I'll be around for the next few years.
Well, it's likely to be a crowded field, so.
I'm sure, and it will not be my responsibility to maintain again.
Mr. Romano, if Donald Trump wins 4 more years, what becomes of the Connecticut Republican Party? Actually, if Donald Trump doesn't win 4 more years, it just seems as though, well, anyway, I'll stop and let you answer.
So I think if you look at this year, the Democrats didn't run on their record. What they ran on was Donald Trump. I wouldn't run on the Democrats' record if I were them either, of raising taxes, of failing to keep and maintain businesses. I think the tragedy of the COVID crisis has allowed many people to move to Connecticut from New York. It's not anything that we're doing as a state outside of just simply being next to New York City. Donald Trump maintaining 4 years, I think would be what's best for the American people, and maintaining, for working class people to be able to afford roofs over their heads. But I think the Democrats will continue to prosecute what's happening nationally, and hoping voters in Connecticut ignore what's happening in their own backyard.
All right. Well, we'll see more of the verdict on that in the next few days as more absentee ballots are counted and reported. Thanks very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.